Alrighty guys, what's up? Let me get my cams working right here. We'll be in business. I've got a couple people who are doing the class after, so they're just gonna get on Twitch and watch the video when we're done, I think. So we're not waiting on anybody. We can just get started as soon as I get ready here. Probably be about 5 minutes. Well, 7 o'clock. 6:54. Okay. We're good. We're on time here. I thought I was running late. Let's get this camera. How's everybody's Saturday been? What you guys get into today? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alrighty. So we did decide on the butterfly, right? It might help this time if we get a pencil. If you get a pencil, we might sketch a little sketch a butterfly in here before we go straight in with the paint. That might help us. Stylus, what's up, dude? Keep scaring myself, hit my face with this camera. What you up to, man? How you doing? How's your Saturday coming along? We moved the paint along to today. I had a birthday for my sister-in-law I had to go to yesterday. Doing some food prep and chores. Yeah, I'm cooking right now. I was trying to finish, but I just turned the eye off and covered it. Let it cook slow for a little bit. Let me get my monitor going here. Alrighty. We'll get started in about 5 minutes, y'all, so we can just kind of chill for a little bit, get your stuff together. I posted in the chat, but I don't know if y'all can see it if you just joined. But all you're gonna need is your primary colors, a black and white, and if you got a brown, that's gonna help. But if you don't have a brown, it's not gonna be a big deal. We're not gonna use much brown. And we can make brown if we got to. Probably will need some pretty small brushes for this one though. Pretty much the same as the last one though. So I'm gonna get my stuff together for a second here. This one, if you wanted to do this with marker or crayon or color pencil or whatever, you can. We're going to use pretty much the same principles with everything. This is going to be it's not going to be a painting exclusive type thing. So use what you got. I like all these little first badges in here. I like it. Little founders. I like it. So yeah, if you know anybody who wants to paint, send them on over, folks. They can paint with us or draw with us or whatever. Get some of this stuff organized here. Alrighty guys, y'all about ready? Is everybody in here and present and ready to roll? How's everyone doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good, Dee. I'm just hanging in there. I got some food cooking. I'm in business. Ready to draw you guys, do a little painting, get some food, and maybe do some more streaming later tonight. Maybe get crazy with some doodles. Or I might start another original or something. We'll see. I've got a few commissions I could start. It might not hurt to go ahead and get to work on something. Slide over here. Would it help you guys if I post a little picture of what we're painting on the screen? Would that help? Or maybe post it in the Discord? Should we do that? Let me find one. We're gonna do a pretty simple, like, butterfly. Just got a new notification. Stylus and pen with the host. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, we're gonna do a little paint class in here, so see what happens. I'm thinking we do this. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna post this in our Discord. Here we go. Let's call it paint class. Alrighty, let me find the picture I just saved. Dadgummit. Here we go. Alright, I'm posting it right meow. So y'all check that out. It's under paint class on the Discord. A butterfly like that, maybe do a little flower. We can kill 2 birds with 1 stone tonight. It says paint along. Oh, I already have one like that? Do I already have one like that? Well, I'll put a new one in paint along, so. Or paint class is what I called it. Whoops. I'm all confused now. So we'll do that. Let me move this thing down a little bit. We'll just put that over here somewhere. Alright, y'all check that out on the Discord and see what you think. If somebody wants to maybe post a link to that in the chat, I can't figure out how to do it. I could maybe... Hang on, let me try this. I think I can just bring it in here now that I know what I'm doing. Well, maybe a little much. Do y'all really need to see me for this? We can do it like this. There we go, that's perfect. There we go, something like that. Maybe more like that. Alright. Y'all ready to get started? Let me check on my food real fast to be sure I'm not burning down my apartment, and then we'll start. So get your stuff ready, everybody. Alrighty, guys, let's get the painting. Let's do it. Turn this music down just a smidge. Alrighty. Alright, so this is gonna be if you want to do the butterfly, but not the flower, just make your butterfly bigger and don't worry about the flower. But do we all have a pencil? Does everybody have a pencil or something? Because I'm gonna sketch this out first before we start. I think that kind of just painting it kind of throws some people off sometimes. At least that was some of the feedback I've had. Not from you guys, but some other people. And if I get going too fast or something, y'all just tell me to slow down, alright? Alright, so let's just kind of cut. You're only seeing like the top half of my thing here. So let's just pretend like that's the halfway here. Let's start our butterfly like right at this halfway point. And so I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see what I'm doing from here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give him a little head, just a circle. And let's just do like a little body like this. I kind of like to have the head like tilted down just a little bit, how they got it. Alright, for this first wing, let's just kind of come straight up, and then just after a little ways, just kind of start curving it out. And then when we curve it here, we're just going to curve it back down like this, go around, come like this, and then we're going to just kind of curl it back down to the body. And all butterflies are different. You can make this kind of more up here, wherever you really want. There's no right way for this. Alright, and with the bottom here, let's bring it around like this, and then come in behind this here, kind of how we did that leaf kind of before. I mean, a butterfly kind of looks like a leaf, right? Little leaf wings. So let's just make this one a little, it's not as complex of a shape as this. So let's come out like that, and then we're just gonna wrap it back around like that. Whoops. Come out here, and then just tuck it back in. And you don't want like straight lines in here. You want it to kind of be a little curvy. Is everybody with me so far? Tighten up my camera here. Oh my gosh. Alright. Now for this wing in behind here, Let's start at the same spot here. We're gonna kind of curve out this way. Don't go as high as this. So kind of imagine there's a slanted line here. So mine's maybe even too long. So let's end it right here, and just kind of see how this kind of curves like this. We're gonna kind of do that again here, back here somewhere. All right, y'all with me? I think we can kind of, if we're just wanting to do the butterfly for now, we can stop here, and we'll worry about the flower after the butterfly. Let's do this guy first. All right, so now we can get to painting a little bit. So let's take some orange, or if you just have primaries like me, yellow and red. That one. And I like a little more yellow than red to make a good orange. The red's usually a little more powerful than your red. Or your yellow, I mean. Alright, so I'm going to use the biggest brush I'm probably going to use for this whole thing. Kind of one like, you know, it's my thumb, so small brush. But not a tiny one. And so here I'm just kind of making a little. That's pretty much good enough. Alright, so let's do this entire wing here. And we're not wanting to put our paint on very thick. Kind of keep it as thin of a layer as you can without it being transparent. And I like kind of doing it, follow the shape like this. So if it's the line's this way, I'm going to do the line like this every time. But you want this side to be a little darker than your other side, so make sure you get a little extra red in there in some of these spots, like that. Alrighty. Hanging in there. We hadn't got crazy yet. Alright, let's do the same thing down here. I like to make it a little more yellow on the edges and a little darker down this area. I think because their wings are like, they get thinner the further they get away from their body probably. And if you made any mistakes to your shape, this is like where you can fix them. Or the first chance you get to fix them. We can correct them throughout this thing. And you see, I'm not worried about blending it just right. I'm just kind of trying to leave some little spots in here like that. I'm going to actually come in here and do a little more contrast. Just got to remember the whole edge of this is going to be black. So don't worry about it. Alright, with this behind him here, this wing, let's do this one more yellow than our first ones. And if you got, like, you can see how it's kind of dark in here from my pencil. That's alright. That is totally fine. Alright, how are we doing, everybody? Give me some feedback here. I know you are probably trying to paint. It's a pain to try to type and paint at the same time. We could do a Discord group voice chat. Everybody wears headsets and paints. Still on the second wing. Okay, well, I'm gonna let y'all catch up a little bit. I'm just gonna add a little a little bit more orange in here so it's not. Yeah, group voice chats get a little chaotic sometimes. Yes, please let us catch up. Please let us catch up. Okay, I will let you guys catch up. And while y'all do that, I'm gonna go double check on my food here. I won't go to the BRB screen, that way y'all can keep looking at the picture. Alrighty. How are y'all doing? Did y'all catch up yet? This next step's gonna be when it really turns into a butterfly. So like if you want some little red spots in here, give it a little something. Alright, you'll get a few more chances to kind of work on some of this stuff. Let's go ahead and get into the nitty gritty. So we're gonna need our black paint for this. So get your black paint out. Alright, so we got a little black here. And so what we're going to do, let's go ahead and color in his little body. Just like that. And then we're just gonna we're gonna start like right here where our tail meets. I mean our wings meet, his body. I'm gonna just do a really thin line of black all the way up here. And then we're gonna do another one where this tail meets here. And when we do this one, let's make them meet here. So let's go all the way around. And then we're going to do that on this one too. And after we outline these tails, I'll stop and let y'all catch up again. Lurk mode, guys. Need to head out to grab some groceries. Alright, Stylus. Well, yeah, keep on lurking, bro. You lurker. Alright, so we're going to outline all these wings here. Don't worry about making these outlines too thick or something, because they're going to be fairly thick, at least around the edges here. Let me know when you catch up, guys, and then I'll start back. But I'll let y'all catch up for a second, because I know I'm probably ahead of you guys. Done? Okay, cool. What about you, DD? You still in here? You still going? Sorry, I had a paintbrush in my mouth. I'm trying to plug this thing in. Alrighty. We're still here. Got the whole fan painting. Alright, cool. Alright, with this, let's kind of follow this line here. Just this wing. And you see how it kind of curves out? So let's take a little chunk of this with us. My phone's going crazy. So let's just do like that. Alright, after you do that, let's take a little piece out of here, and we're going to follow this kind of all the way down here. Just like that. And then let's fill this in. Alright, and this next little parts are going to be the trickiest things we're going to do. And what that's going to be is we're going to take this little section out right here. Let's go ahead and fill all this in black. Make a little straight mark there, it'll be alright. So let's do that. And then where we have this square right here, let's divide this into like 2 or 3, depending on how much room you got. So I'm gonna do that, and then once I do those 2 lines, let's just soften them up, so make these ovals. Like that. They don't have to be perfect, you just don't want it to be like squares. We need you to go a wee slower on descriptions. Alright, I got you. So basically up here all I did was we take out this edge around here, make this a little thicker. And then I went in and made this square of yellow, 3 lines in there, or 2 lines depending on how much room you have. And then just kind of turn them into ovals instead of rectangles. And we're going to focus, we're just going to get this first wing done before we go on to the next one. So let's go ahead and do it. Alright, let's make this little black line here. Let's make this thicker. So You can make it about as thick as this guy. So like that. How thick is something I can do. Let's get thick. Alright, so somewhere around this area, like maybe a little bit ahead here, we're going to take this out and we're going to do us a line that curves up in here. So somewhere like this. Like that. And once you get this part in, then we're gonna kind of soften up all these edges right here. So like this is gonna be curved. Just so it's not like points in here. And then just coming off from this, we're gonna do some lines just like these ones. You can do however many. How many does this guy have? It's just 2. And so every butterfly is different. They're like snowflakes. You don't have to make them perfect every time, because they're always going to be different. And so here I'm just doing the same thing, rounding this edge, and we're not going to round this edge on these, just this back edge here. See what's happening? We're just rounding them like that. Y'all with me? Did we make it through this part? That's kind of like one of the hardest parts we're gonna have. Because if you can do it on this wing, you can do it on the other ones, right? So butterflies too, they have this little thing. On all these that come out, do like a little line coming out of each one like that. We have 2 on this end that are upset that you don't think their butterflies aren't perfect. Butterflies are always different. They're like snowflakes. They all have different little patterns and stuff. But I do think your butterflies are perfect. Alright, y'all ready to move on to the bottom wing here? See how we do with that? Are you ready? That's better. HBBH. How are you doing? Oh, 88? 88 too. Alright, let's go ahead and do this top part here. So let's take a little line in here, and we're gonna hook it up in there. Alright, let's come here, do our second one. Just something like that. And then once these are here, we're going to connect them. Maybe like that. Erica Lee, I appreciate the follow. Glad to have you in here. Alright, so is everybody kind of caught up here? Let me know if I'm leaving you. But what we're going to do is just kind of take this all the way here. And we're going to just make this border a little thicker here. Just like we did that top one. A little bit like that. HBB 1988. Appreciate the follow as well. Thank you. We're getting there. We're going to close in on 100, I hope, in the next little bit. We got our first 50 pretty quick. It's been a little slower after that. But I haven't been streaming too much either. Alright, once we're here, let's kind of start somewhere down in this area. And we're just going to pull it out. Pull it down like that. And remember, don't freak out if you're just like getting crazy here with all these black lines and stuff. Where just keep it simple, keep them clean. Don't worry about putting so many in there if you're having a hard time with the space. We can add more later. All right, so let's do another line like this, and then let's do one more if we can fit one like that. I'm going to do kind of the same thing I did up there, to kind of round off some of these. So right in here we're going to have one that comes in like that. I think I'll just kind of round all these off in here. There's also a couple it's almost like a stained glass window or something. Alright, I'm rounding all these off as well. Alrighty. How are we looking, everybody? How are we looking? I'll give y'all a second or two to kind of catch up with me. And this is where too, if you wanted to, like, see, I might want to change the shape a little bit or something. This is where you can play around with all that. Make your butterfly bigger or better or different. Alright, now all we have to do now is do this last wing back here. And so I'm just going to kind of like do this outline. Try to make it mirror that other wing as much as I can, but probably not going to be able to do too much with that. How we doing, everybody? How are we doing? HBB, where are you tuning in from? HBBH. Alright, everybody about caught up? One and some we're hanging in there. Alright, good deal. Alright, before we get crazy with this, we need to let this dry, so let's move on to our flower if you're doing the flower. So that's going to be kind of our bottom half. Oh, Silla Didi's house, okay. Tune in live. Alright, cool. So let's do, what color flower do you guys want to do? I'm going to do like a pink one since it's Valentine's Day. So to make pink, all we do is red and white. And this is where if you want to use your bigger brush, just clean that thing out. And actually, I'm going to start with just red, like plain red. And so he's going to have little legs here, so don't make it all the way up to his head. Kind of somewhere like this. And the way we're going to do this is we're just going to do some splotches on here for this. If we're wanting to make it look like our photo reference there. So I'm just doing some splotches. Gonna make one big kind of ball of red here. And then we're gonna have some little splotches off to the side here. Alrighty. A little something like that. Yeah, I appreciate you signing in here though and getting me an extra viewer and follow. It's clutch. That's what we're looking for. Alrighty. So let's get our green. Do y'all have green, or are we gonna have to make green? Let's just make it, just in case. I forgot I've got people watching this afterwards, so yeah, let's go ahead and make it. I already have yellow out from doing my butterfly. Come on, trying to find a decent brush here. This will work. Alright, this brush is probably a little thicker than what y'all are using, but I'm gonna make a little green here, yellow, and blue, just that simple. Maybe a little more yellow. Alright, I'm gonna do like a stem just coming out of the middle of this thing. And straight down. Do a stem coming out this way, a stem coming out this way. And I don't like to do them at the exact same spot like they have on this thing, but give them a little bit of shape right there. Alright, so what we're going to do is give this leaf, kind of let it come down like this. So it's just one line like that. And then our next line will kind of come off the stem here. Just like that. We're going to do pretty much the exact same maneuver over here, just the opposite direction. Just one line, and then one line that thickens it up. Easy peasy. And this is where once you get it in there a little bit, you can kind of come back in with a little more blue or something if you wanted to, or maybe a little more yellow over here if you wanted to. I'm not getting too worried about the flower. I want our butterfly to be the main star of this painting. Alright, I'm going to use the same brush I was doing my flower with here. And it kind of helps while the red's wet if you do this. So I'm going to just take some pure white. Just regular white here. And I'm just going to do some splotches on top of this red. And the way you want to do this, you don't want to do them on top of each other. You kind of want to do them separate to begin with here. Leave some red in between here. I got a little yellow in mine, but that's going to be alright. Got a really messy palette right here. So once you get a few in, then you can kind of get a feel for where you want to overlap a little bit. It's just going to give you a little bit of something in there. And if you're really wanting to have a little more depth, it's going to maybe be a little risky move for some of y'all. But you can mix a little black in there and come in and do some darker black and red to make a really dark red. And kind of come in here and add some darker spots. So anyway, just a little flower. I don't know what type of flower that would be. Alright guys, we only got a couple more little steps here. So what I'm thinking about doing is maybe making a little dark green since I have my black out. And that's just your green with a little black in there. I'm just going to shade the very top of the stem right here. Kind of a little darker green. And then I'm also going to do the same thing on this, just this left side here. So just like that. And then I'm also going to give it a little shadow on the top part of this leaf here. So just like that. And see, I'm not really worrying about blending it that much. You can do a little if you want. Give it a little bit of an outline down here. This stuff's not that important. This is just gonna give you a little bit of a shadow from your flower. So when you zoom out a little bit, you see it's got a little something going on. So I'm getting a little wobbly here. Might want to add a little more yellow in somewhere here. Alright, I'm going to let y'all catch up for a second while I clean my brush out. Somebody's revving their engine outside. How's everybody doing? Y'all hanging in there? Are we hanging in? Are we creating masterpieces? Do I need to get a hold of some art galleries for you guys? Maybe some art dealers, perhaps? Oh my. Fair to Midland? That's alright. And my flower is also thick. You gotta, oh, that sounds dirty. Alright, let's let's make some progress here with our butterfly. So if he's dry, mine's kind of a little wet still, we're gonna be alright. Alright, how are we gonna do it? We're just gonna do some splotches of white here. So we'll do one there, one there, one there. And so you can already tell this thing's starting to look way more like a butterfly just by putting a few of these in there. The trick here is make them different shapes, different sizes. They're not just little dots, you know, they're like all different. And if it's too wet and your stuff's turning gray here, just wait a minute. Work on something else. It might take a couple coats to get it in there just right. You don't want to forget about this one back here. And even this guy's body has spots on it, so we can do like some really small little spots on him like that. Just something. I kind of did a really big one on him, but it'll be alright. I think everybody's hanging in there pretty good. I mean, we're only like not even an hour in, we're only 45 minutes in. Usually these go around 45 to an hour, I think. Alright, it's time to give him some legs. So you're gonna need a tiny little brush for this, the smallest brush you can get your hands on. No one's crying. It's a hit so far. That's good. That's a good start. Alright, so with this little antennas, let's just do come out from his head and kind of curve it going down and give it like a little ball down here. And you want it to be really thin. As thin as you can go almost. He's gonna have two of those. And then for his little legs, I like to do, I don't know how many legs they really have, but I like to do three little guys like that. And then just some little skinnier attachments that kind of go on there. I'm not sure about my insect terminology here, so. And there's him some little legs. And I mean, you pretty much got a butterfly now, y'all. I think we could give him a little more of a body down here. Then I'm gonna add a little bit more of this contrast around some of my whites in here, just kind of give it more of a contrast. I don't mind darkening it in under the flower either to kind of give it a little shadow for my butterfly, but this is just some extra stuff if you're feeling like being a little extra. And so that's what I'm doing here, just kind of, since I got this little brush out and I already have my black on it, I'm just kind of shading in a little bit underneath on the bottom side of this flower. Alright, so let's see, let's go zoom out a little bit here. You got what that was. So see, we got a decent little flower right here. It's looking alright. Trying to figure out what that was. I just knocked off my table. There we go. Alright, do we want to do the background, or do y'all want to just do your own background, or leave it blank, or whatever? I wasn't really going to do this blue sky thing, but I was thinking about just doing like a blue background. But I mean, the background's pretty straightforward. Just color it in whatever color you want. You might have to paint over your antennas and go back in and paint them back, but I think if you made it this far, we can do the background however you want. Try to get a full shot for you guys, but can only zoom out so far. There we go. Look at it. Alright. There we go. So yeah, if you wanted to do the background in here, I would just get a bigger brush. Probably one bigger than we've used the whole time. I would recommend the blue. Blue and orange go together really good. So I may just do like a little I don't think I'm gonna do the whole background. I'm just gonna do a little stripe of blue here. Oh, looks like I might do a little green as well. I got a little green in there. A little accident. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna paint back his little antenna. If you wanted to do a little lighter blue, just add a little white. What's everybody doing tomorrow for Valentine's? Got any Big romantic plans, anybody? Anything fancy? Very pretty. Thank you, D.D. Home, watch anime. It sounds very cool. Very romantic day. I'm probably just gonna be lazy and play video games tomorrow and be a nerd. I might hop on the stream, do some drawing if I start getting in the mood. I probably will. I feel like I'll be pretty bored by lunchtime tomorrow. Alright, you see, I kind of added a little white in the top here, a little white at the bottom. You could kind of do the opposite, just to give it a little contrast. So it's not just a plain color. Some people would rather have the plain color. So it's just kind of do you with that, do your thing. I'm gonna draw his little antennas back in here. Alright, so how'd everybody do? Are y'all almost done? The real trick, guys, is not trying to make it perfect. Letting the little imperfections be in there. Just started on the background. Nice. And if y'all like your picture, you should post it in the Discord under the community art. I'm gonna go and sign mines. So we did a butterfly. Check on my food one more time here while you guys finish up. Look a little closer. Alrighty. So how's everybody's looking? How's your squad over there looking, DD? And HBB? And maybe Erica Lee? I guess you might be in that group too, huh? Paint all over me already. And it never fails. Yes, she is. So I think we're gonna do this every Friday. I know today's Saturday, but we're gonna do this on Fridays. Maybe a follow along Friday, something like that. About 6 or 7 o'clock. We're doing well. 2 are done. 1 did his own thing, and I'm still working on mine. Cool. We'll have to post them up in the Discord if you're proud of them. Checking the Discord right. Meow. Oh wow, I'm just looking at Scuba's post on the Discord. He does have a sexy setup. Yeah, Scuba's got the streaming bug now. I like how you can leave more than one emoji on things. The Discord's pretty legit. I'm starting to really like it. Cool. A little too bright there. Alrighty guys, well it's 8 o'clock. We did it. 1 hour. I think everybody's pretty much, I mean, if they're not done with this, they're at least on the background, right? What do you think of our wizards? I like them. They were so different. I was totally expecting an anime character from Calyx, so that was right on the money. But I was not expecting the redneck wizard or whatever you would call that guy. I'm still on the butterfly, but I'm old, so I can do what I want. I feel you. Yeah, I kind of got going a little too fast at the very beginning of the butterfly. But once this video is over, you can go back and rewind and rewatch parts if you need to. That's what I told people it'd be about an hour, so I don't think they're getting on right this second, but I don't think you can rewind this video while it's live, I don't think. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe even come back in with a little. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start streaming, playing some games with Scuba. Why not? But I might create a different channel for it. I don't really know yet. So I think we did pretty good, guys. This is really tiny on my screen, so I couldn't get it very accurate. It has some extra little things going down here. I didn't see all that, but it's pretty close. It's close enough. Alright guys, well I'm gonna hop off and eat my dinner, but I might get back on later if y'all want to hang out. Since it's 8 o'clock here, I could hop back on in a couple hours, stream for another couple hours, do some doodles, or start something that we could work on tomorrow or something, I don't know. And honestly, we could do the paint along thing a couple days of the week if we wanted to, if we just get some more people in there. If we have enough, we will do it. I don't mind it a bit. I'll be down to watch later. Okay, cool. Well, I'll post on the Discord or something beforehand, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you, Calyx. Thank you, Erica, and HBB, and Dee Dee, and whoever. I know a couple people are going to be watching this later, and I appreciate you guys too. But yeah, well, I'll see y'all on Friday for the next one of these, but I might see y'all later tonight just to hang out and doodle or something. Alright? If I don't see you, everybody have a happy Valentine's Day tomorrow. And have a good weekend, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Bye.